Some of us love to entertain.
But animals don't get a choice.
For 2,920 days, Pepe's entire world was defined by the length of a rusty iron chain, until two strangers decided to risk everything to break it. In the heart of Peru, Jan Kramer and Tim Phillips arrived at a scene of utter heartbreak. There, huddled in the dirt, was Pepe. Stolen from the wild as a baby, he had been sold to a circus where he lived in solitary confinement for over 8 years. To his captors, he was a prop. To Jan and Tim, he was a soul in crisis. They knew that rescuing him would mean navigating dangerous legal waters and the physical risk of handling a traumatized animal, but they couldn't leave him behind. The personal cost was high, but the cost of inaction was Pepe's life. The rescue was a pulse-pounding race against time. The air at the circus was thick with tension as Jan and Tim approached the cage. Pepe wore a collar designed to stay on him for his entire life, a permanent mark of his slavery. As they worked to cut the heavy chain, every metallic snap echoed through the silent camp. When they finally moved him into the travel crate, the rescuers held their breath. Instead of lashing out in a frenzy of fear, Pepe did something that broke their hearts. He looked directly into their eyes with a gentle, haunting trust. He was terrified, but he knew these were the hands that would finally set him free. However, the rescue was only the start of a grueling journey. Even at the safety of the rescue center, a dark cloud hung over Pepe's future. Skeptics, including local officials and even some animal experts, warned that Pepe was too far gone. They argued that after 8 years alone, he had forgotten how to be a monkey. They said he would never be able to communicate or live with his own kind, and that attempting to integrate him would lead to a violent, perhaps even fatal, rejection. The doubt was suffocating. Had they saved his life only for him to spend it in a different kind of lonely cage? Determined to prove the skeptics wrong, the team launched a search for a companion. They discovered Valerie, a female spider monkey being kept illegally in a restaurant. When they finally brought Valerie to the sanctuary, the tension reached a breaking point. This was the moment of truth. As they put her next to Pepe, the room went silent. Then the miracle happened. It wasn't a fight, it was a symphony. They adored each other instantly. For the first time in his adult life, Pepe was speaking spider monkey. The two were so focused on their new bond that they no longer even noticed the humans who had brought them together. But the most emotional moment occurred just as Jan and Tim were leaving the enclosure to let the pair bond in peace. As Jan was about to get into the car, Pepe suddenly sprinted to the bars. He let out a piercing, melodic trill, a call that echoed through the trees. It looked like a moment of distress, but the rescuers stopped, frozen. It wasn't a cry of panic. It was a noise of pure gratitude and love. Pepe was looking right at them, and in his own language, he was saying thank you for the life he thought he had lost forever. The legacy of that moment transformed into a massive mission. Jan and Tim eventually rescued 40 monkeys, embarking on an extraordinary project to build a sanctuary in the heart of the Amazon rainforest. With the help of the Peruvian Air Force, Pepe and his new family were flown to a remote island reachable only by boat. Today, Pepe doesn't know the weight of a chain. He only knows the weightless feeling of swinging from tree to tree in the canopy. He proved that even after 8 years of darkness, the heart never forgets how to find the light. And that's it for today's story. Don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe for more real-life stories that move the heart, and ring the bell so you never miss a moment. See you in the next one.